completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Back to throw. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
He's back to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And his throw is incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They're going to look to throw, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And they will take a knee here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes lamp?
Somebody call for the queen.
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to
select the team you want to join.
It was like 11 in the morning, skip to school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a bitch.
Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the right.
My diamonds, they tussling. My neck and my belly, they call it for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, I wreck so much, yeah, big racks better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on me, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, and who's you, my shawty pulling up with a real bad. Swag, do about tag on. I got it in the bag, man. Getting all type of cash. I'm a general true. I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to keep the 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skip to school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture.
You gotta picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Body goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I send a new bay alert, gon' be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose to. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no, no?
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's the truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag.
I like when birds come in. Sounds like I got seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the beam on the flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't matter. I'm a cave back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my...
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
All right, here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Watching that, Barney.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And one more time. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And apparently